Welcome everybody, it's Blue Falcon TCG, and we're finally back after a nice little hiatus after World Championships, the Galactic Qualifier, all those shenanigans. Well, Galactic Championships, excuse me. And that was absolutely the best. And we're playing some for funsies decks today. We got Piett big droids, well, big ships and little droids. And we're just going to go through some games real quick, go over the deck list, Planet of Mother Towson, Force, Red, some good shenanigans. Obviously, we're out here just trying to cook. We're always going to try and mulligan and make sure we kind of get that little bit of ramp going on. We just need to get to 5 as fast as possible. But we're going to go get that Super Laser Tech crashing in there. Use Piett. We're going to grab the droid ship that just spams the droid, and we're going to remove that Fallen Lightsaber. Honestly, this deck got so much better with this last set with the little bit of love we got from just generic droid stuff, which is really fun. Pulling Piett right on the flip, it always is good. It's a lot of fun. It just feels like such a good, strong, like in-your-face deck. Like just resourcing, just random stuff. We're already seeing ourselves in a really good spot. We can clear the board pretty easily with open fire and the other upgrade. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it does seem so much fun. Now, if you're looking for a really affordable, just fun deck to play, this is it right here. We're just going to go ahead and attack, and we're just going to start swarming the board. You know, get our Vulture Droids, got the shenanigans. Going to do 8 damage turn off that. Just going to go ahead and remove the Dookie, and they immediately quit. So that was just a botched game. So we're going to go into a few others, just showcase the power and how fun and silly this deck is. Like when you hit a certain level of board control, you just feel like you're just gonna win. Big ships, little droids, it just feels great. We ended up mulliganing right here just to make sure we had that ramp. Playing into the yellow Palpatine. This deck is annoying. It is super control heavy. It does a lot of work. It's disgusting. It's disrespectful. It do be what it do. So we're gonna go ahead and just swing over. Probably should have played Super Laser Tech first and then swung. That way we could have got the ramp effect and just a little bit ahead of the power curve, which is okay. It's not like that doesn't really hurt us too much right here. One thing we do have to worry about is a flip turn for Palpatine. You know, putting all these big ships and stuff and them taking it and them playing cunning. They have access to Change of Heart, which is pretty detrimental. So we're just gonna crash over, get our Super Laser Tech off. No matter what we do, they're gonna just Super Laser Tech, sack, good shenanigans. Palpatine probably is the best ramp strategy in the game. And then we're just gonna play our other ship right here. They're gonna be on 6, and we're gonna be on 6. Pinging life wave. Honestly, the big misplay here should have just been let's just take initiative so we get the guaranteed 6 damage. We want to try and exhaust our own big ships as much as possible. That way they don't have access to just getting a real free swing. Gonna run over with the HK, just nice little damage. It doesn't feel like we're in a bad spot at this point in the game, but they passed. We ended up taking initiative, so we didn't want to get the opportunity of them just free killing 2 units of ours. Sometimes you just have to take the L and do the things. Wasn't expecting just the absolute disgustingness that is this deck. I was expecting, like, you know, your regular control Palpatine, heavy ramp, let's just do things, you know, but at the end of the day, just it's good. Had to double check to see if they passed again, but they're just claiming Palpatine play. Really debating, just wanted to clear the board. I think a better option would have been to play the invisible hand there to just increase my board state, but we're kind of in a predicament here. It's just as the game started to progress, yeah, we're up in damage, but Palpatine's control is insane. The Vader play, it is okay. I mean, it's not like we he's gonna ambush into any of our ships. Now, wouldn't that be something? Just Vader just force pull a ship down to the ground. Talk about thematic. Devastator coming down was insane. This really just kind of secured the win, I think, for them for the most part. Going to use Piett's ability, going to put in the capital ship for the droids. And I think we just kind of, just slowly, at this point, it's just been hectic. The board state control they have is insane. Just really, really free. Had to spread the barrage. Honestly, can't wait for the banned card. It's too good. But I hate having to barrage into this matchup and then they take control of it just like that. Change of heart, really strong. Just 16 damage on board for them is like presenting is just kind of bonkers. And the game really just spirals. And that's gonna be the wrap up for this game. There's really no way we're coming back, even if we have like overwhelming barrage or any of the crazy board wipe stuff. We don't have Devastator to select a damage for us. And we're gonna go ahead and concede and go on to our other game, playing into the Bossk Data Vault. Anybody who knows green villainy shenanigans, Bossk is absolutely obnoxious to play into. We got our ramp, and we're going to just resource. Playing the HK, it is a 2/4, so it will live a little bit as the Bossk pings start coming down. And I'm gonna drop this barrage. I don't think we're gonna need it as often, or on our 5 flip, we're gonna play Invisible Hand. But yeah, Bossk, pretty annoying to play into. A lot of fun though. Also another pretty budget friendly deck if you're looking for something to annoy your local friends. So we decided to go super laser down instead of like the barrage open fire. I think that's totally fine because we can just crash up and trade up on the ground side with those 2 units. They ended up doing a ping instead. A little bit of slow here. I've always actually struggled playing into any Bossk variant just because like at the end of the day, like I don't know. I always just seem to get absolutely just cooked by that. And he's gonna do the double bounty collection, which is okay. We're not really worried about our spot right now. We seem to be pretty healthy here. We decided not to flip right now just because we don't want the free boss to run in and just took initiative. Just I felt like that would be a better option for us. We ended up putting 2 units in, which is kind of neat. But we're gonna flip here. I think we're in a safe spot. We're not gonna get ambushed. The best thing about no ECL is we're not worried about anything small. We're still out of Vader and Maul range, which is perfect. Now, if we waited to flip till the 7 resource, we probably wouldn't. But we're just gonna lose our Piett now and just take the L here, which is I think probably the best bet. What we should have done, because Devastator being at 9 and not deciding not to trade up is kind of, I think, a mistake on their part. Obviously, I don't know what's in their hand, but we have access to just wreck the board. 11-8 is something we need to be dealing with, and I think if I was playing into the blue Bossk version, I would have played a little bit more, a little safer. Just because like I don't want to die, but we decided to throw in instead of just trading. There's no point in trade right now. Devastator is a must answer card. And if you don't, it's just you had to waste a lot just to get it, which is okay. And we're just gonna delete some things. play our guy. They're gonna trade. It's okay. We're gonna open fire to trade it out and really winning this like a war of attrition here. I believe there's the Maul coming down. Gonna do a good amount of overwhelm and Ruthless Raider is probably the best red space unit in the game. The card's good. Devastator is great, but Ruthless Raider just sees so much play, and it's just 2/2, 2 ping to unit, 2 ping to base, and then if it lives long enough, it's a 4, and then just all kinds of free. We're going to play another invisible hand and just grab ourselves this little droid. Droids being played for free is super great. You can even go so far as to play some of the droids that are off aspect, and it's a bummer when they hit your hand because you just resource it, but it is pretty cool. We opted to kind of ignore the hand and just kind of see what's up with just have our damage spread, because right now we got lethal. We're pretty healthy here. They did heal 5, which is fine. I do like using planetary bombardment when they're at this point, because they have 10 damage total across the board. They have to really spread it out. It just becomes an absolute killer. They need to heal a good amount for this. What I could have done was play HK first and then planetary bombardment, but I didn't want them to have more units to spread across, and that gives us the lethal right here, and that is a good game. Wrapping up our final game is we're playing into another space unit, Yellow Boba. I've been seeing a lot more of Yellow Boba come up on the Carabas. I prefer Data Vault just because the green barrage and all the other spot removals that green has, I feel it just adds so much more. Yellow bouncing the hand, exhausting. It's not like we're playing green yellow villainy with set 1 anymore. It doesn't just feel as good. I don't really mind taking the extra damage from all the indirect stuff. It doesn't feel bad. You just gotta be really careful and pay attention before it gets out of hand. I think this is incorrect. They didn't need to do the daring raid. They should probably just took initiative, and that would have gave them a lot more damage. Probably would have put them around 7 to 8 damage on board. Instead, we're gonna be closer to 2-5, which is nice. And I have the access to just kind of really ramp out the board now before they really play anything. I think realistically, knowing I'm playing into a space deck, I should have probably played the droid that does damage for if we control Separatist. I think that would just been just a better option than grabbing the droid on the ground, because unless I had absolute control of the board, there's really no reason to go to the ground against another space deck, because we're already thinking like, hey, we're probably going to battle out in space. But at this point, this game just really seems over. I started pulling ahead pretty far. Ruthless Raider plus another one of those droids. It ends up being a 4 damage, a 10 damage turn. The Ruthless Raider doesn't do much. It clears out our invisible hand. But we have lethal presenting on board, which is pretty good. This is where sequencing is going to be important. Attack with the droid. He uses the ability. We're just going to clear out, take the 2 damage, force another 2 on there, swing there. At this point, nothing they can do wins it for us, and we just hit the BM with a small droid. And that kind of wraps up. Oh, just kidding. We decided to play one more game and really wanted to showcase some other Towson matchup. Because in that first one, we didn't really get to see a full game. It was just, I think it was like on the 5 resource turn, it was just auto forfeit. Just they felt they couldn't come back. But this game is actually a little bit more grindy, and it just really shows how you can battle both on ground and in space with Piett. And then once you start taking like advantages, really starts going. Power of the Dark Side, such an insane card. It's so good. It can stunt you, but we're just gonna go ahead and just ramp ourselves up. Go and grab our invisible hand for free, basically. Let's take a look at that hand. We know they got Force Lightning. Um, sometimes it's fine to just play it out, but we're just gonna like I wouldn't flip Piett knowing they have Force Lightning because it can be a free wipe, and we need as much advantage as we can get right now. So we're just gonna flip our Piett, see what they're gonna do. We knew the Force Lightning was gonna come down for it. We just wanted to make sure we already had a nice solid board control thing. At this point, it does feel like it's going in our direction pretty easy, but one ship swinging for 6. We're at 16. They're gonna power Dark Side us. We're gonna play another droid, and we're just gonna keep swinging down our board control. It's constant. We're gonna swing and ping another 2, dropping the droid, putting them at 18 to our 17, 19. It's pretty close. Now we swing, becomes another 8 damage turn, putting us at 26. Anakin ability. Did a quick resource check to see if there was another droid we can grab, another 2 ping, but we're just gonna play that, and this is the game. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Admiral Piett, the red strategy, super good. A lot of really strong stuff, pretty budget friendly. Once you start curving out your big ships, invisible hands, your assault frigate, you really start to turn the tide of the game. And then once your board gets wide with all these little baby droids, you feel unstoppable. You're an Imperial officer in charge of the Separatist army. It's great. But don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, check out the rest of the channel, what we got going on. Got some great other stuff with Gundam coming up and other Star Wars things. If you really like this deck, check out the TCG store link below. You can pick up all the singles there. Hope you guys have a great day, enjoy your weekend, and stay safe. We're not bad at the game, we always gotta shuffle better.